Hi everyone, welcome to Falcon Budgets. My name is Lily. I'm a 24-year-old zero-based budgeter and cash stuffer. I have big goals to save up 6 months worth of expenses to stabilize the way I budget, as well as opening up my own budgeting brand. Today's video is going to be all about setting up this setup right here. I'm so excited. I've been working on these envelopes and the dashboards and all of the things for quite a while, including this, which I'll get to in my video. But go ahead, if you like budgeting content, cash stuffing content, setups, business updates, things like that, that is all I am about here at Falcon Budgets. I am so excited to be on this journey, and if you'd like to follow along for it, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in there. Okay, so first things first, we have my iPad where I have written all of the categories out and all of the binders. So I'm just gonna leave this to the side so I have a reference point to it. I'm sorry if it's hard to read from there. So I'm gonna get my binders ready, but first I'm going to take my envelopes. This is what has taken me the longest, is designing and actually making these. There are like so many in here. I'm so excited for it. But I made them all. They are vellum, so they are semi see-through, and they have clear laminate on it. So let's go ahead and separate these. I did a little separation when I was making them. So we're just gonna kind of separate, each category into its own like pile, and then put them in the cash tray. And I want to talk about this for a second because I'm very excited about it. So if you've been on my channel before, you know that my biggest dream is to open up my own budgeting brand called Falcon Budgets. That's why everything on here has that on it, and that's the name of my business. This right here is a cash tray that I had my husband help me 3D print. I had a vision in mind. I want to make it a little wider, so this is just the first prototype. But yeah, it's got like a flat base for the most part. I will be heating it up if I like this one to flatten it back down entirely. But I wanted to use it first, see what I like and don't like about it, because it is very thin this way. So I think I want to like widen it, make it maybe double the width on here, maybe triple. We'll see. I might just do some measurements on it, but it looks great, at least for now. So I'm going to use it today and tomorrow for my cash stuffing, and then see what I like and what I don't like about it. So we're going to be using this today. Like, you can tell it's not perfect, it's a bit wobbly. So these are not in any certain order yet. I just kind of got them somewhat grouped into piles. Kind of. So this is one. Yeah, probably definitely need to flatten that out and widen it. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. And this is the last one. Okay. So we're gonna start with these two categories here, just because that's what I have right here. So I'm gonna start off with my husband's first. So this set here is for my husband's like allowance and personal spending, stuff that I'm not really ever gonna pull from, but he will. So one of the other things some of the other stuff I made were these. I don't know how well you can see them, but they are bookmarks for my categories, because I'm not on my old binders, and the reason I'm not using any of those right now is I like labeled them on the outside with a Sharpie, and I don't want to do that again and make it to where that binder can only be used for one thing ever again. So I am trying to test the waters for a better way of doing it. As far as like having these stick out on the top so that way I can see what it is, what it's for and all that. So this one's my husband's personal binder. And then I did make these dashboards as well. They're both vellum, which I like, so I can see, you know, what's up front and all that. And then I made like a marble design. I have a few other designs. If you looked at my channel before, you saw like the leafy one I did for my sister setup. And I did like that, but I wanted something a little more me. So I went with this kind of marbly texture. So we have that. So this is the head binder I got for my husband. He said he wanted the green one, so we're doing that. So these I got on Amazon. I didn't get them anywhere like specific. Like they are brand spanking new. Like I can't open it much more than this. This cash stuffing is gonna be very fun, I think. So I'm gonna slide this back, move this, and get this out without breaking it. I hate when they do this. Bear with me. I don't know how to do this in a while. When I did my sister setup, I just used ones that I already had. Okay. This is ridiculous. Okay. Let me see. Okay. This is getting ridiculous. I'm gonna skip this part in the video because, oh my god. Okay. Oh, much better. Okay. Progress. Progress. I might not skip. Okay. Okay. Thank goodness. Okay. So we got that. I'm gonna open it up. First in is this. Now, I have not tested these in the binders yet because I forgot it when I was hole punching. So I'm just praying that I did my measurements correctly when I was like prototyping this and doing my sister's. And it looks like I did, so I'm very excited about that. I'm gonna check the order just to make sure it makes sense for me. So allowance, hunting, I'm not plowing in front of hunting because he does that. He's gonna be doing that more. Yeah, so then, so I'm gonna have it in this order. So it's gonna go allowance, plowing, hunting, projects, boots, and clothes. So allowance is pretty self-explanatory. It is just his spending money for like gas, going out to eat, anything like that. And that would be $60 a week. And then, oh, this is looking great. Don't mind that. Plowing, hunting, and projects are things he likes to do. I don't really do any of these. So plowing, it would pay for like any repairs or like, let's say plow markers, because that's coming up. He has to get those. Any salts, anything like that, that revolves around plowing. Same with hunting, like heating gloves, tags, saving up to get a new, he wants to build a blind. So we're gonna end up saving up some money to fund that. And then projects is just any other thing he's doing. So like, if he's making something, if he's fixing something, anything like that that he wants to do goes in here. So like a miscellaneous Nick envelope. And then I did put two more in there. I put boots and clothes. So these are basically just gonna be for work stuff for him. He doesn't really buy a ton of clothes or anything. So I'm not all that worried about him having like clothes to wear or anything. But every few months he does need, I think it's like every year we do boots. And we were not prepared this year when we needed to do those. So I wanted to learn from my mistakes and prepare this year for him to get new boots for work. So this is what his is gonna look like. I'm actually obsessed. Once it gets broken in on it, obviously. It's gonna look so good. So we got his all set. Next up is I have two bills envelopes that I'm gonna do. I saw this idea on, I believe it's Aya Plans. Don't quote me on that. I'll look and I'll tag her down below, whoever it is. That does their bills in two separate binders. So one of them is like the ones you're working on. They're not fully funded yet. They're not, or like they're due this month. They're due soon. Or like, no, opposite. They're not done yet, they're not due yet. So they're a little further out, so you still have time to save for them. The other binder, which I labeled mine as current and future bills, so kind of like current month, future month of bills. So the current month one will be the ones that are fully funded, or that I'm getting fully funded, that I'm currently working on paying. The future bills is the ones that are not due within that like pay cycle or anything, and I obviously messed this up just a little bit. It's fine. These are for me. I don't care. But these are ones that are for like next month or the month after, kind of like a month ahead type of thing, where I can keep track of, okay, this payment is for like December's payment, or this one is for November's payment, stuff like that. So that way I don't confuse myself when I am doing my budget, trying to figure out how much to pull. So we're gonna get one of them out and then go from there. So current bills is gonna be blue, which was the same in my old setup that I had. So my old setup, I had blue as bills and purple as debt, but now they're all going in the same binder. And again, all of these came randomly on Amazon. I didn't have a specific brand that I wanted. I really want a binder from the Aesthetic Dollar. I love her channel, love her stuff. I cannot afford $40 for a binder. I'm admit that. This one was like, I don't know, $10 maybe? I cannot remember. If you guys want, I'll link them in the description so you guys can go get them for yourself if you like. This is the one thing that I don't plan on really making when I do open up my business, just because I love binders, but honestly, they're so cheap on Amazon. I definitely don't think I can compete with that price, and I don't really want to. Like, I like making and designing envelopes and dashboards and stuff like that. So I like those things. I don't want to design binders or wallets or anything, so Amazon can keep it for me anyway. So we got these all set, and I think, I can't remember what I was doing for this one. So I think I'll put this one as current month. So let's go ahead and actually put them in a order that I like. So cream will be at the front. Yes. Some of my stuff is changing due dates, so it's a little weird. So vehicle insurance, health insurance is up front, that's easy, and so is phone. I think they said the 21st for this. So I'm just gonna toss it here. Now it's this right behind it. Second mortgage. So what did I just do? Okay, don't mind me being like weird, okay? I haven't done this in a minute. Okay, there it is. I knew that I'd messed that up. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so what did I say? Current month? Oh my god, I can't even remember. We'll just do current month for these. And I noticed I am missing student loan in here, so I'm gonna check the other one just to make sure that I, have all my bills in here so I can pay all my bills, because I definitely don't want that heat. So this is current bills. Now I want to do this purple one for next month bills. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these organized real quick. I'm gonna fast forward through that. All right, that is the future bills one all set up. Next up, which one do I want to do? Let's do mine. Mine. Okay, so allowance, same as my husband's. Right now, this is not going to get stuffed. Mine is on a gift card kind of thing right now. So, yeah. And then hair, clothes, nails, cash setup, and business. I'm just going to keep that order because I'm fine with that. So then, my personal, sinking funds, and dashboard. I am going to go with a pink binder. I will say, these binders are a lot better than the previous ones I had. The previous ones I had were like really weird. They were from a few years ago, so credit where it's due, I guess. They were also random ones from Amazon. These ones just feel like the cardboard in them is harder. Like I can't bend these ones, which I like, and they feel better quality. And the other ones, like the magnets, would fly all over the place. I would have issues getting them to latch because of it, all that good stuff. I did not appreciate it. So then my dashboards. And then last but not least, we've got my envelopes. Now, for at least these these categories, like mine and my husband's, I plan on, as we get doing this more, putting different categories in there. Good Lord, you guys can't even see where I'm putting them. Okay. I just scooch them out. Okay. A little bit better. But I do plan on adding some to mine and my husband's envelopes. Just because, like, if he needs money for something, I want to have it. And if I need money for something, same thing. These are just, like, brainstorm ideas just to get started on this setup. I didn't really feel like waiting until the new year to get started on my resolutions or my goals or anything. So I'm doing them now. So next we're doing this category, which I have labeled as combined short-term sinking funds. So that's going to be this one, because we each will have our own sinking funds, which are these. Just stuff that the other is not going to spend money on. He is not going to spend money on hair and nails or my business when I do that, or like my cash out. He's not going to buy anything for this. That is a me thing. Just like I'm not buying his hunting stuff. I don't want to. So I separated them out because otherwise those binders would have been humongous. So medical, regular spending, weekend/day trips, family fun, new truck, house maintenance, vehicle maintenance, and then a buffer. Okay, so I'm gonna go through these. These are where it starts to get more in depth on what they are, and I know not my comment section necessarily, but other people have been wondering what each envelope means. So medical, this would be for things like co-pays, prescriptions, hospital bills, or anything like that that we needed to pay. We're gonna put money in here for that, because we also, obviously, we have a health insurance one in our bills binders. So that's covered in there. Regular spending is just a blanket coverage envelope. So like if we wanted to not necessarily go out to eat, because that's different, but like, I guess, yeah, that would work too. Because I didn't do any of those. But if we want to go out to eat, if we want to grab something at the store that we like, or if we just need to order something on Amazon, like some kitchen stuff or whatever, that's what it's coming from. So we have regular spending. Weekend and day trips, a lot of the times, we don't do them a lot, but a lot of times when we do go somewhere, it's just for a day or just for a weekend. So I want to have a little fun for that isn't mixed in with a full-on vacation fund. For us, the difference is how long are we staying out. So if it's just for a day and a night, or just a day, it's this. And if it's like a week, it's the vacation fund. So kind of more of a differentiated vacation fund. Family fun is just like if we get an activity kit or we go to a movie or anything like that. We don't do a whole lot of this like at all. We usually just stay home. My husband and I both work full time, so very busy, but if we decided like to go take him to see Santa or our son, I mean, and all that, that's where that would be coming from. New truck, pretty self-explanatory. My husband drives a 2007 and it's not that great anymore. So we're looking ahead and starting to save up for a down payment at least on a new truck. House maintenance and vehicle maintenance are very similar things. Anything breaking or needing repairs of any kind, anything like that. For the house, that would be like new toilets, sinks, plumbing, new couch if ours breaks, stuff like that. Furniture, bigger purchases. Things that aren't just like, oh, we need toilet paper, or oh, we need to go get this one specific thing that's like $10. This for, we need to replace things, we need to fix them, stuff like that. Vehicle maintenance, oil changes, car repairs. We are also going to save in here enough to cover our deductible on our insurance, which you'll hear a lot more about my insurance tomorrow in my couch stuffing, so look out for that. But anything like that will be in here. Buffer is kind of a different way of saying a blanket one. The regular spending category is just to cover any expenses that we haven't already covered in here. This one is to act as a supplement to any of the other envelopes, because I don't want to like overspend in one category and take it from another category. I want to have somewhere to take that from. So that's where this buffer comes in. It can assist pretty much any of these categories, as well as our long-term sinking funds. But for the most part, this is going to be used for like short-term sinking funds. Like we have both needed oil changes. We only had enough for one. We could pull it out of here to cover it. So that one is going to go in my yellow binder. Yellow for short term. Okay, so we got that. And then this is our short-term sinking funds. Next up, we are going to do my long-term sinking funds, which is this one. So I'm going to add the buffer in here just because I don't remember why I have an extra one. So in here it goes. So we have our emergency fund or OS fund, our 6 months ahead fund, which I'll explain this later in more in depth, but any of our savings challenges that end up getting completed will be going in here for us to get 6 months ahead. That's one of my goals before I open my business. I want to have at least 6 months of expenses saved up. So 6 months ahead for all of our regular bills. And then a separate, I call it bulk insurance. So paying the entirety of our insurance bill or premiums up front for our car insurance. So I want to start saving up for that. We just switched insurances. So that will be for another 6 months. So I'm hoping within that time I can save up enough in here to pay that bill. We'll see though. I'm not like betting on it because we don't have a whole lot left over every week after paying our bills and ourselves. So it's a small goal, but it's something I really want to do if I can. Then we have investments. So this would be more like day trading kinds of things for now. I don't feel like opening up a brokerage account right now just because that's a lot and I'm a little busy. So for now, this will be like for day trading, anything that goes into the stock market. My son's future, he already has a high yield savings account, which is what this is for. It's got about $300 in it, and I want to start putting a little bit of money in here every week and then bringing it to the bank. This is for him to either go to college, get a car, get a house, whatever the case may be when he hits a certain age. So if it's a car that he wants to use it for, it's 16 or whenever he gets his license. If it's college, 18. If it's a house, it's whenever he and this can afford the down payment and all that stuff. So it just depends. It's up to him how he uses it. We don't view this money as ours. We view it as our gift to him, or part of a gift to him, because he did not choose to be here. He should not have to make a lot of these like sacrifices if we can help it. So this is us in advance trying to help his future self. So I know that's weird and a lot, but it's how I feel. Next up is vacation, which I already talked about a little bit. Week-long trips, stuff like that. We're gonna end up going a few places here in the distant future. So that's what this is for. New house. My husband and I both really want to get a house with acreage, and right now we live in the city, so I say city loosely. Small town, but we live in like the city district thing. So we don't have acreage, we barely have a yard. So that's what this is for, is to save up to try to maybe get a new house at some point. And then buffer just as a filler in case I forgot anything in here. So this one is sinking funds and long-term combined sinking funds. So we have these. And these I'm going to put in my white binder. Don't ask me why this is in a different package than all of the other ones are. They came from the exact same shop on Amazon, exact same order. So don't know why they're packaged differently, but same brand, same everything. So we're gonna go ahead and get this filled in. Gently push them down so I can actually use it. No, I dropped it. It's fine, that's fine. Not me low-key struggling. There we go. Okay, much better. Got it. So I don't know if y'all are wondering this or not, but I know for my sisters, like set it up with me kind of thing, I basically just filmed myself making everything. The reason I didn't do that for this one is because I do this while I'm at work. No one here cares, especially when, you know, like right now, no one is here. So that's it for my long-term sinking funds. But currently, no one is here. No one cares. So I don't care. My boss is really chill about stuff like this. He does not care what I do when he's gone, as long as I still get my job done. So I'll take time when there's no customers, stuff like that, to just work on this stuff, and if he is here while I'm working on it, I'm definitely not going to be recording in front of him. That would be really rude. So I only record when I'm alone, and for much of this I was not alone, so didn't record any of that, just wanted to record setting it up. And I think it gave me the opportunity to go through each envelope with you and give you a breakdown on what everything means, to me at least. I know everybody's is different, all that. I just wanted it to be like better. So the next one we're gonna do is holiday binder. So it says holiday. So a lot of other people have theirs as each individual holiday. I'm gonna be honest with you. I work in a retail store. I don't get most of my holidays off, and I don't care to celebrate them even if I do a lot of the time. At least not in a way that makes me have to spend money. So I grouped them together, and I came up with a few categories that I think would be useful for us, for our family. And like I said, budgeting is a very personal thing. It's different for everybody. You might look at my setup and be like, oh, she is so stupid. I could never do that. I don't understand hers. I get it. So starting off is holiday hosting. Exactly what it sounds like. So getting paper plates, silverware, cups, serving trays, stuff like that. And like food, anything that it would take to have somebody over at my house for a holiday. Holiday decor is something we haven't really spent much money on yet, but we do want to do more now that we have a kid. I want to decorate. I want to do Elf on the Shelf for him when he's a little older. I want to do that kind of stuff. So I wanted to put an envelope in here to remind me I can when there's money in here. Holiday gifts, this would include like an Easter basket, boo basket, which I haven't done one of those yet, but they sound really fun to do for my son. Christmas gifts, stuff like that. Now I put another category or another set of categories in here for birthdays. So we celebrate more birthdays than we do holidays. So this one would be for like birthday parties or birthday outings of any kind. So like for my mom last year, it was pretty soon after my dad died. We were planning on going out for the day to a restaurant for her birthday. Instead of doing that though, I took her up to see my grandma, her mom, for a weekend. So I wanted to do that, and I think depending on how all this goes and what I have in here by then, I want to do that again. So this one would be mainly for my son's birthday parties, but I put a side note in there for myself. This can also be used for my mom's birthday, whatever we do, celebration. So that's what this one is for. Birthday gifts is very self-explanatory, whether it is in the family, not in the family, and if it's for me, my husband, my son, whoever. The money we spend on people for their birthday is going in here. So we're gonna put all the money in here for everyone, for gifts, for birthdays. And lastly, in this envelope, we have seasonal outings. So this would be like a day trip to like a corn maze, or trip to go see Santa, or maybe the Grinch, because I love him. Stuff like that, like going out for a day to go do something, going to like a water park in the summer, or stuff like that, where it's not necessarily like a weekend trip or a day trip technically, and it's a seasonal based thing, like we're only doing it because of that season or that holiday. So that's what this is for. So we got our holiday sinking funds right here. Now I am a little festive right now. We're using a gold binder. Full disclosure, this was not supposed to be gold. It was supposed to be tan. They were all supposed to be like this, where it's like flat one color. But when I open this, you'll see exactly what I mean. This one and the next one. No, they were not supposed to be gold. I did not read it correctly. It does say gold. I did not mean that. So it is sparkly gold. It's not rubbing off, which is a good, is it rubbing off? Or is my hand just really dry? I can't tell. Okay. But very sparkly, not what I meant at all, but it's fine. You live and you learn. I really just wanted a tan one. It's fine. So we're gonna go in here, gently open her up, and rip this out. It actually came out in one try. High five. I might edit that out. I don't know, that was weird. I don't know, I might leave it in. You guys are gonna get to know I'm weird. Deal with it. So we're gonna go ahead and put all this in here. Get it all in here. And I like just barely, I don't know if you can tell, I just barely made this gap wide enough. Like it's almost not wide enough. So probably should have made sure I had a binder with me when I did it. Oops, kind of sad. But basically, I had a binder when I measured the first few envelopes that I did, and then I ran out of the laminate sheets. So I measured everything else to those envelopes. So they're not perfect. I did the best I could, but it happens. And you know what? Everything's going in the binders, and that's fine. So I'm not all that worried about it. So we have our holiday sinking funds. Now this binder might also change, like I said. This is more brainstorming, just get everything in the binder so I can start using this setup and organize myself the way I want to. So I might end up doing like a Christmas specific one or stuff like that, where it is a little more separated than it is right now, but for now, this is fine. And if you're just starting out in cash stuffing, live by that, because you don't have to have, I think what, my total ended up at, how many was it? I thought I wrote it. I think it's like, oh yeah, right here, 71. There is 71 envelopes in this setup. And I cannot believe that. It's baffling to me. And I need to add 2 more too. I need to make 2 of the student loan ones because I completely forgot about that one. So I'm not going to keep talking any longer. I'm going to grab the last binder, which is a savings challenge binder. Very excited for that one. So black binder, also sparkly for some reason. Again, not what I meant, but this one, at least I have black binders at my house that have not been used yet. So I might switch this out. We'll see how I feel. I don't necessarily mind it seeing it in person. Like, it's not the end of the world. So we'll see. I feel like I'm flapping butterfly wings when I do that. Get that out of there. So these just say savings challenges on them because I didn't want to waste these envelopes as one specific challenge, and that was it. So that is where these come in. I made 2 different challenges. They are a little blurry because the printer at work sucks. But on this one, yeah, see, you can barely see it. Each letter is worth $5. So I'm just gonna scratch one off or check it off or however I decide to do it. And then by the end, it'll save, yeah, I can't read it, whatever 26 times 5 is. So, and that is what this one is. And then this one is an annual challenge. I'm gonna move this so you can see it. I'm starting it in December and then it's going until November. So this one will save $600. Week 1 is 5, 10, 15, and 20. And I can check off whatever week I want to. I just have to check one off every week. So I can do week 3 at the start if I know I have enough, or if I don't have much, I can do week 1, and then just fill out every week in here, and it'll save about $600 or $680. I can't tell. It doesn't really matter. But I'm putting these in there to do to start me off on my savings challenges. I have not ordered any from anyone else yet. I do want to, and do like some scratch off ones. I think those are so beyond fun. I want to do them. But right now, when you watch my cash stuffings, you are very much aware I don't have that much money to be putting towards stuff like that. And getting all this was out of my allowance. It was out of my own spending money, not like a separate one. So for the most part, the stuff that goes in this binder, these savings challenges that I will do, they are going to be going towards my 6 month ahead / I don't want to call it emergency fund, but my 6 months ahead fund. So I'm gonna actually switch up how I'm doing this. So I'm going to do it like this, where I have them, you know, kind of in order and with the correct savings challenge right behind it. So that way, as I'm doing them, if I add another one, let's say, I can put it behind where this one is. So then, like, if I did another savings challenge, I could put it here, and the envelope for it would be this one. But for now, I'm only doing those 2, and then that's it. So that is all I have for you guys. I had an extra one of these, which I knew. So these are my 8 binders. I am obsessed with how they look right now. They are absolutely stunning. Still a little upset about these 2, but it's fine. I love this setup so much, and I'm so excited to get to use it all tomorrow and use my new cash tray, all the good things. And one other thing I wanted to show you that I got does not pertain to this necessarily, but I did get a new calculator. The old one that I was using was at work, and I could never see the front of it. Like, I couldn't see the numbers. but that's when I can. So when I'm filming, I don't have to just assume that I got it right when I did not. There was a day where I just didn't use a calculator because of that reason. I could not see it and get it correct. So that kind of sucked. Okay, sorry. I'm at work right now. I think I said that, and I thought I had some customers coming in, so I thought there was gonna have to be like some weird cut in there. But yeah, this is my new calculator. It makes it to where when I have it like over here or whatever, when I'm counting my cash, I can just, and I can see it from where I stand, but I believe, yeah, you guys can also see it. So I know that it's gonna help a lot with the quality. The only thing I wish this thing had is an off button. It does not, and that is fine. It turns off on like a timer, I think, but I wish I had one. But I do like it. It sounds great, but yeah, excited to use this tomorrow. But without further ado, that is all I have for you guys today. Don't forget to join me in my next video, my cash stuffing video, to see how I end up using all of these binders. And I will see you next time. Bye. Thank you for joining me.